Welcome back to Bedtime Myths and Mysteries. Tonight's story is not about monsters, ghosts, or murder, but about a book. A book that has existed for over 600 years. A book that has been studied by the greatest minds on Earth. And a book that, to this day, refuses to be understood. This is the mystery of the Voynich Manuscript. In the early 15th century, somewhere in Europe, an unknown author sat down and began to write a book. The pages were made of fine vellum. The ink was carefully prepared. The hand was steady, practiced, confident. This was not the work of a madman or a hurried amateur. Whoever wrote this manuscript knew exactly what they were doing. And yet, no one, not then, not now, knows what a single word of it means. The Voynich Manuscript is a bound volume of roughly 240 pages, though many are missing. Its text flows left to right, written in a script that resembles language but matches none known to humanity. The letters repeat, follow patterns, obey rules. This is not random scribbling. Linguists can see structure. Statisticians can see syntax. Cryptographers can see intent. Meaning is implied everywhere and revealed nowhere. The book is filled with illustrations, strange plants that do not exist, roots twisted into impossible shapes, leaves that resemble nothing found in any herbal record. There are circular diagrams filled with stars and symbols resembling astrology or astronomy. There are naked women bathing in green pools connected by pipes, as though part of some biological or alchemical system. There are fold-out pages, complex, deliberate, expensive to produce. Everything about the manuscript suggests importance. Everything suggests purpose, and yet its message is sealed. Carbon dating places the vellum between 1404 and 1438. This means the manuscript predates modern cryptography, predates most known ciphers, and predates the scientific revolution. The ink composition matches the period. The wear on the pages is consistent with age. Whatever this book is, it is genuinely medieval. Which raises the first unsettling question. Why would someone go to such effort to hide knowledge in a way no one else could read? The manuscript disappears from history for centuries, only resurfacing in 1912 when it is purchased by Wilfred Voynich, a rare book dealer. He acquires it from a Jesuit collection in Italy, along with a letter dated 1665. The letter claims the book once belonged to Emperor Rudolph II of the Holy Roman Empire, who allegedly bought it believing it was the work of the philosopher Roger Bacon. This detail alone sends scholars into a frenzy. Roger Bacon was known for experimenting with optics, alchemy, and encoded knowledge. If the manuscript were his, it would be revolutionary. But no proof exists, only speculation layered on hope. As news of the manuscript spreads, experts begin to attack it from every angle. Linguists attempt to identify the language. Cryptographers attempt to break the code. Botanists attempt to match the plants. Astronomers attempt to map the stars. Everyone fails. During World War II, some of the world's best code breakers, people who cracked enemy ciphers that changed the course of history, turn their attention to the Voynich Manuscript. They expect at worst a difficult puzzle. What they encounter is something else entirely. The text resists every known method of decryption. It does not behave like a simple substitution cipher. It does not collapse under frequency analysis. It does not resolve into Latin, Hebrew, Arabic, or any known proto-language. Attempts to force meaning into it produce contradictions. Every breakthrough leads to a dead end. Some researchers begin to suspect the unthinkable, that the manuscript may be meaningless. But this theory collapses under scrutiny. Random text does not behave like this. The Voynich text has consistent word lengths. It avoids certain letter combinations. It follows rules too strict for nonsense. Even more troubling, different sections of the book use slightly different vocabularies, as if written for different subjects. If it is a hoax centuries ahead of its time. Another theory emerges, that the manuscript is written in a constructed language invented by its author. A private system, never taught, never shared. If so, the book may not be encrypted, it may simply be untranslated. Others propose it is an alchemical text, deliberately obscured to protect dangerous knowledge. Alchemy, after all, thrived on symbolism and secrecy. The strange bathing women, the flowing pipes, the cosmic diagrams, these could represent processes, not literal objects. Then there are darker interpretations. Some suggest the book was never meant to be read at all, that it was designed to appear meaningful, to convince a patron or ruler of its value. An illusion of wisdom, a book that performs intelligence without containing it. Yet this explanation feels incomplete. The effort required to create the manuscript is immense. The vellum alone would have been expensive, the illustrations precise, the internal consistency obsessive. No medieval con artist would gamble this much on deception alone. Modern technology enters the story in the 21st century. Computers analyze the text. Artificial intelligence searches for patterns. Machine learning models attempt translation. The results are tantalizing but inconclusive. Some suggest the text encodes a lost form of medieval Latin. Others detect traces of multiple languages blended together. Nothing holds. And so, the Voynich Manuscript remains what it has always been. A book full of answers to questions we do not know how to ask. It sits today in a library preserved behind glass. Scholars still visit it. New theories still rise and fall. Each generation believes it may finally crack the code. Each generation leaves empty-handed. Perhaps the most unsettling possibility is also the simplest, that the manuscript was written for someone who no longer exists. A reader whose context, culture, and assumptions are gone forever. Without that key, the book is mute. Or perhaps the book is doing exactly what it was designed to do: survive, endure, and remain just beyond reach. A reminder that not all knowledge is recoverable, that some voices from the past were never meant to be heard again. The Voynich Manuscript does not threaten. It does not warn. It does not explain. It simply exists, silent, patient, and unreadable. And in that silence, it continues to haunt. Some mysteries end with answers. Others end with theories. And a rare few, like the Voynich Manuscript, end with nothing at all. If you enjoy stories where history refuses to explain itself, consider subscribing to Bedtime Myths and Mysteries. Because some secrets don't want to be solved. They only want to be remembered. Sleep well.